Now a 2nd and 2. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
From the 20, here's 2nd down and 2.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Cougar 19, 79 Broncos. Go.
Here's Milton now to throw. Left side, he's got the tight end, Fannin. That's good for a first down, his 2nd. Catch of the opening drive. Well, whatever script they put together for this offensive drive, Charles, seems to be working. I'm curious to see if this defense will make any adjustments here.
Things certainly going according to plan, aren't they? I mean, the way they're advancing the football, it's like they're on the practice field having one of their better days. But instead, it's game day, and they're moving the ball downfield with purpose.
Tag. Ready, right?
On first down, here's Jenkins. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road.
Get it. Bronco 80. Ready.
Here's Milton. Now he's going to step up and run. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Here we go, here we go.
Now the former volunteer, it's Dylan Sampson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Dylan Sampson, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Now Cade York for the extra point. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead. Now be opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Here's Daniels. He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. And he's brought down. That's a good way to start the
drive, 17 yards and a first down.
Defense gives up a touchdown on the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Now he'll tuck this and run. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. You look at this Browns defense.
They enter play ranked 8th against the run in the NFL.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him.
Go street. 19 Lions.
To throw is Daniels.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Come on, Rig, Lions. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Go, Rig, go.
Throwing now is Daniels. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 26. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
6-yard line.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Go.
Daniels looking to throw. He's going to get that to Swift underneath.
That's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Into the air goes Daniels.
Good throw here, that's complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Here we go. Start. Bronco 80, 19.
Now Daniels. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Here we go, here we go. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Rig alert, rig alert. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is third down and 8.
60 Bison, 6.
Back to throw. Daniels. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington.
DeAndre Swift.
His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Commanders respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they haven't had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
From the 38 now, here's a 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Sampson. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Cougar 19.
Now Milton. It's caught inside the 25. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. C.D. Lamb, 59 yards. And the Browns have taken the lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down.
Come on. Pass to 60. 19 tight. Let's go.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Hold the ready. Ready. Now Cowboy 80.
They run. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
Bronco 80. Let go.
On the bootleg, it's Daniels. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. They find some open field here. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run. 33 yards.
And And this is one of the toughest parts about being a defensive back. When a play breaks down like this, you're taught to plaster to a receiver. Find the nearest one and adhere yourself to it. But you can only stay with the receiver so long if the play continues to develop. He knows where he's going. You do not.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Here we go. Here we go.
Now they'll change things up.
No, no. Check smash. Check smash. Ready.
Again, it's Krosky-Merritt.
And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 40-yard line. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up third.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it won't be easy.
No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal. Well, you're down there really close, but just second quarter here. What are you doing?
Well, I know that your offense is looking at the sideline saying, let's go for it. But reluctantly, take them off the field, bring out the field goal kicker. A lot of time left in this game. Get 3 points on the board and go back to work.
Yeah, and you're within striking distance. It's not like you're down 30. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Out is Carlson now for the Raider field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Carlson is good.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
To throw is Milton. Checks this down to Sampson.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Give up the middle. Jenkins. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
You've got to be impressed by the defensive front on rips like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
This is 2nd and 8. Throwing is Milton. Setting up a screen for Jenkins.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Pat the 60. Pat the 60.
To throw, it's Milton. That is caught. And he is going to have a Browns first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
Ready, set. Ready.
An inside run with Jenkins.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
That's into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Roger McCreary with a pick. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Let's go.
A give. Here's Jenkins to the 27-yard line.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
That's to his running back, Quinshon Jenkins.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
Ready.
Off the play fake.
Milton. Now he's going to step up and run.
He'll just get rid of it.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Second and 10.
Let's go. Cougar, 19 Lions.
Looking to throw.
Milton. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. And the Commanders are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Yeah, he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now a 2nd and 6.
79 Broncos. Panther 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. Cup 19, Cup 19. Ready, ready.
Back to throw. Daniels. Now he'll tuck this and run. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout,
as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Ready, 19, 70 Timberwolves. Ready.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8.
Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1.
He'll get this one to Pittman.
that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. This to McLaurin out on the left side. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know, as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked, either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
And they get 17 more on that one and another first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. A touchdown, Washington!
Tommy Tremble, 38 yards. And the Commanders have taken the lead here in this third quarter.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 17-14.
Commanders 17. Browns 14.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
They're on 35-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Milton setting up the screen for Sampson. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Now they go screen, and it's complete. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
On the check.
They'll try and throw for it here. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a decision to go for it doesn't pan out.
And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
Cougar 19.
Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force the incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Come on, come on. Pat the 60, pat the...
And now an audible here into something else. Daniels with a give to Krosky Merrill.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Still needing 10 yards. Now it's third down.
Here we go, here we go. 60, craft all 80.
Play clock down to 0, and that's going to be a delay.
Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
Okay,
After the delay, they're backed up even further for third and long.
Let's go. Cowboy 80. Lions.
Looking to throw. Daniels. And that will be incomplete.
Wow, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
The Browns drive about to get started. Charles, still a one-possession game. Remember, it could have been two after they opted to go for it on fourth down in their own territory. Didn't get it, but their defense holds strong, and so this is a huge possession coming up here.
There's something right about that, partner. And a lot of people looked at them going for it on fourth down as a failure when they didn't get it. But there's also their way of saying, hey, we have confidence in our defense because they went out and held them. Got the ball right back for them. So, nice stand for them. Momentum can swing back to their side if they have a good drive here.
They'll keep it on the ground. Sampson takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
18, 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Ready?
Here's Milton now to throw.
And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
This is brought in at the 21.
And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. Give to Krosky Merritt. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season, with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed, because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get out to the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Ready!
Quickly to the outside. That's caught by Lamb.
He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen, because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Well, the Browns are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
Ready, set. 70 up, let's go.
Here's Milton.
And he's got it. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. So a little extra time to ponder this 3rd and goal as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
They'll try and sneak it here. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
It's just so unusual to see a loss of yardage on a quarterback sneak play. Give a lot of credit to the defensive front. They weren't permitting anything.
Yeah, from the naked eye, they only needed 2 or 3 inches there.
Yeah, and how do you go from needing 2 or 3 inches to losing yardage?
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. Gets it out quickly here to the left flank. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Browns have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by York is up and good.
And that will make this a 4-point game.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
On the jump.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
It's a pickup of 6.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Nice cowboy 80.
Here's Daniels. They're connecting here with Pittman on the out route. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
That's good for Washington.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard
Let's go
line.
now. Panther 60. Panther 60. 19 Wyatt. Panther 11. Panther 11.
Throwing now is Daniels. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 38-yard line. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. 79 Broncos.
To throw is Daniels. Out to the right and complete to Pittman. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Here's a 2nd and 5.
60 Maverick. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Cup 19. Cup 19. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger. 19 Shotgun.
A run inside, Krosky Merritt. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 42 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
Mustang, Viking, 18.
Daniels looking to throw. The toss here completed to Pittman. That'll give him 8 that time. And they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Dragon 60. 19 tight. 19 tight.
Now Daniels. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Commanders answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth quarter lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that gives him a 3-point lead. Trailing in the fourth, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Browns good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Open man right side, it's Lamb. Room here to run. Inside the 10. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. CeeDee Lamb. with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Browns use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th. Extra point by York is up and good.
And that will make this a 4-point game.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Okay, break.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Here we go.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That good for 22 and a first down.
22 yards. That's good for a Commander's first down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Come on. 60 by Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Go.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Now 2nd and 4.
Deputy. 19, Charger, 19. Hurt. Ready.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Pass caught, it's Lane with it.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Brings up 3rd down.
Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big 3rd down.
77.
They'll try and run for it. Krosky Merritt. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
Hard to get it like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Mustang Viking, 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Ready.
He's back to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Lane. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Here's 2nd and a yard.
Cougar 19. Ready.
A give now to Bill. This is Krosky Merritt. And the Commanders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. A strong running gets them to the 9-yard line.
Clock's under a minute. Still plenty of time, Parker. They have all 3 timeouts.
That means they have plenty of options in their play calling and where they target on the field. They can throw it downfield, maybe even in the middle, and use their timeouts.
Okay,
here's
ready?
1st and goal.
Let's go. Cougar 19. Buffalo 18. 18, Pioneer.
They'll run once more with JCN.
And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal.
Here we go. Set. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. No.
Krosky Merritt is in. Touchdown, Washington. What an outstanding drive right there to take the lead. And also, Charles, didn't leave their opposition with a whole lot of time on the clock.
Yeah, I like the way that you're viewing this because they did a tremendous job to put themselves in a position to win, but they can't celebrate just yet. They've got to clamp down on any big plays and force them to use up those timeouts without making any headway.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here's first and 10.
60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Go.
Back to throw.
This one is complete to Jenkins.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now they burn the timeout, and they're kind of in that gray area where they might be able to get 2 plays in, but maybe just 1 play left in this ball game. We'll see.
First down.
On the ready.
Here's first down.
Here we go. Cowboy 80. 79. Go.
Back to throw. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. One final shot now. I'm not even sure he can get it to the end zone, though, from this distance.
That's going to take as much arm as he has, and you actually have to plan for the contingency. Maybe you're playing a tip. Try and get someone down who can tip it up and keep it for your own team and try and get into the end zone that way.
Another try, second and 10 now. Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts.
That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Well, going to be tough to get 2 plays out of this. This could very well be it.
19. Touch.
They'll look to throw.
That's complete to Lamb.
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
And this was a nice example. Of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open, just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
A 63-yard attempt.
And he missed it. He missed it right. It's no good. And that's going to cost him a football game.
Well, somebody lit a fire.